Hello and welcome back to the latest update for We Are Famous EFC. I'm joined by Michael and I'm Adam. It's Tuesday, the 3rd of December. It is the deep dive where we talk about all things Everton, the latest Everton news, an in-depth talk with me and Michael regarding Everton Football Club. But there's been some rumours today that the Dan Friedkin takeover is set to be announced by early next week. So Sean Dyche could be out of a job by next week. This is according to Sky Sports and other journalists and Alan Myers too, that David Moyes is the Dan Friedkin's first choice of manager to replace Sean Dyche. It's a big positive news coming from Sky Sports and the journalist. Michael, welcome, and what are your thoughts on Sean Dyche's future as an Everton manager?
He is a corrupt manager, and I don't really like him that much, and I don't get Everton manager. I don't really like him at all.
Yeah. My opinions on Dyche, he's got no tactics, no game plan. He's a dinosaur of a manager. In his press conference today, he said that he's working hard with his backroom staff harder than ever this season to get these points going into wins. I just thought that, I've said to myself, that's what you ever say. But David Moyes, for me, potential to replace Sean Dyche would be brilliant by Dan Friedkin. My ideas on that with Dan Friedkin coming in, I thought that would be a great signing if he does pick Sean Dyche as sacking. That'd be amazing. My opinions on that too, I would love to see Sean Dyche sacked because he's ripping my heart to see our football club falling down to pieces. So David Moyes would be a good candidate manager. Get a manager about, get him in early after next week. Appointing a new manager, David Moyes, and then by January we'll be up the league. If we get rid of Dyche by next week or the week after, that will help us stay up because it's going to be a massive season for us now, for this football club. The final season at Goodison Park, and it ends at the minute really upsetting and bad. But that's because of the manager and the current owner, Fahad Mshiri, who's also a clown as well as Dyche. But as a result, Michael, what are your opinions if Dan Friedkin, the new Everton owner, next week sacks Sean Dyche, or the week after, and appoint David Moyes as manager? How would you feel and why?
I feel, I don't know yet. I do.
What are your opinions on David Moyes? Would you like to see him back? Personally, I would you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I met him at Goodison Park.
Yeah.
And,
I would also have David Moyes back because he knows the club very well and he'll get the best out of the players, unlike Sean Dyche, wouldn't he? Yeah. So yeah, I would get David Moyes as first choice, but according to a lot of resources today that the Dan Friedkin group was going after David Moyes to replace Sean Dyche if Everton owner Dan Friedkin decides to sack the manager Sean Dyche. And if Everton do sack Sean Dyche, yeah, that'll be amazing because I tell you what, Sean Dyche is a poor piss manager, isn't he, Michael? We hate him. But David Moyes, that'll be a really strong one, and I'd like to see the fans' reactions. And also, Dan Friedkin round the corner to a 94 stake in Mshiri's half of Everton Football Club. That would be amazing if Everton can appoint Dan Friedkin next week. Because if we appoint Dan Friedkin next week, guarantee the week after when we play Man City in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Imagine we get beat, we sack Sean Dyche, a new chapter indeed, a new era under Dan Friedkin, we sack him.
Yeah, second.
So, the end of the day, that would be a good explanation. But I want Sean Dyche to start winning games because he is a good manager deep down, but he's not showing because we're getting frustrated because of all the defeats. It's worrying for us fans because it's our club week in, week out, every season since Carlo Ancelotti left the football club. We're failing to get a manager and we're just fighting relegation. Like, why are we going so wrong? Because of the owners of Misheri, how piss poor that's been under him, under the era. The day Ancelotti left the football club, this club has been broken to shreds to pieces since the day he left and fighting relegation. And that shouldn't be happening for a club like Everton, should it? But I do see Dan Friedkin appointing the new Everton owners by Thursday next week. Then as we go into Arsenal, get beat by them, then I do think Sean Dyche will be sacked by Dan Friedkin. Then after that, we pay him off 3 million. What? It's not that much. Then we look for a new manager for the rest of the season. Then once they've kept us up, sack them and get a world-class manager like Ancelotti, like Mourinho or Thomas Frank, and have them for Branley Moore. Because I tell you what, Dyche said that he wants to lead Everton into the new stadium. Well, if you want to lead us into the new stadium, you need to show Dan Friedkin and us Everton fans what you're capable of winning games, doesn't he, Michael?
Yeah.
Because tell you what, how are you feeling right now, the way Everton are?
I feel nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Upset.
I've got something to show you. And then,
Yeah, so basically, go on.
serious.
Nice. Yeah, so basically, as I said, that's not acceptable for Sean Dyche, the way we're not winning games. So the option is win Wolves, win Liverpool, and get points out the other 3 games, and win Forest. And if you don't win Wolves or your Liverpool, then for me, you're gone straight away. Tomorrow night, if we get beat by Wolves or draw, Dyche has to go. I couldn't care less what anybody says. I couldn't care less if there's no one to sack him. Then the club is in a real farce and is a shit and are shite. Because no matter what, Wolves are shite. Like us at the moment under Dyche. If we can't beat Wolves, who are crap at Goodison, at home, under the light, we can't beat a side like them, then the club's going to turn toxic, the fans will turn toxic, and I'll tell you what, Dyche won't like it, and neither will Dan Friedkin. So something's got to give away tomorrow. It's either a win or break tomorrow for Dyche. We win it, brilliant. We lose, it turns dead toxic. We'll be calling for Dyche's head. The banners will come out, get him out the club. They'll be protesting, and it's not going to be nice at all, will it, Michael? So it's a huge game of Everton Football Club's life in years. This is the most important Premier League game in our history since the 3-2, but this is more important. A, for Sean Dyche's job, B, for the points, and B, to secure Premier League survival again. Because I tell you what, at the moment, the way this Goodison Park is not getting the send off it's getting, it needs to get the send off where we finish 10th. That would be the most amazing send off Goodison could ever ask for. And I tell you what, I am going to be livid tomorrow. If Sean Dyche fails to win, fails to win Wolves tomorrow, I'm going to turn really mad and toxic too at the manager and at the club because it's piss poor. And if we do end up going down, I'll never forgive Sean Dyche, Michele. But we'll always keep this Everton channel no matter what. And us fans, me and Michael, we will always stick together through the good and bad times, and even if we go down. But let me tell you something right now, Michael, Everton Football Club are staying up in the Premier League this season. Come on, up the fucking Toffees.
Oh, we're fucking Toffees.
We're staying up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're staying up. Dyche, get winning against Wolves. If you fail to beat Wolves, I tell you what, come next week when Dan Friedkin walks in through Goodison Park and Finch Farm, you're not going to have a leg to stand on. You'll be sacked ASP immediately. So, yeah, win Wolves or else. Up the Toffees, come on. Score predictions for tomorrow. 1-0 Everton.
2-0 to Everton.
Come on, up the Toffees. Everton, Everton, Everton. Marching down the Goodison Road. All the windows open wide. When you hear the copper shout, hey, put the kettle out. We are the Goodison gang. We have no manners. We spend our tanners. We are respected wherever we may go. Oh, marching down the Goodison Road. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da. It's the good news for the Blues, and there's no more time to lose, 'cause you're out on a trail, and there's no way we're gonna fail. So get your coat on, get moving, 'cause we don't know a minute of losing. So come on, we're fucking staying up. Woo! Everton, you never shine so brightly. Bye-bye.